Hello, Georgia.
Hi. I think like there are kind of things, my family, very close friends. But then something I've realised only in the last year, which is more of like a quality that I'm really appreciating, sort of sense of connectedness between people doing something, feeling connected with them, or connected with, like, I guess the earth or the ground or myself. So it's something, yeah, if I was to go beyond saying like my family and the people, like the things that make my life meaningful day to day, I think at the heart of that is a feeling of being connected to something. It's always been green. Well, since a certain time it's been green. I think I can really remember my nan, who's a really important person in my life. She, when I was quite young, used to say that green was her favourite colour because it was the colour of the earth. And I can distinctly remember at the time she told that to me, I couldn't relate to that. But as I've grown up more, like now, I'd say green. Probably part like nostalgia for my nan and like that part of her like way of looking at the world. And I think also a genuine, authentic thing within me towards the natural world, towards being outside. So yeah, green would be my favourite colour. Being present in the moment and responding to things as they happen makes me feel very, very alive. For example, being at the art club, responding to the moment in different ways, even more interactive, contact improvisation, dancing, which, and things like that. I feel like are really pure manifestations of just being present in the moment and then responding to present in the moment. So in that form of dance, you're doing partner work with somebody and responding to their weight and their movements. Kind of the more in tune you are with them, the better it works. So it's less about trying to dance really beautifully. I feel really alive when I'm doing things like that. For many years it's been Pan's Labyrinth. That was when I was at school, because I loved the magical aspect to it. And I always loved, like when I was a teenager, I loved magical realism books. I love the idea of like narrating a true story or something that could be factual, and then just having these very subtle twists, giving somebody a magical characteristic to their personality. I guess in Pan's Labyrinth it's a bit like that. It's a really real situation. There's the war going on. It's really, really gritty, and then there's this really lovely undercurrent of worlds opening as well. As a general theme, I like films that have that sense of opening in them. Yeah, yes. I don't really know about the higher being thing, but I do definitely think there's more to the fact than just human beings are here and we're the best. Yeah, I think it comes back to that sense of like connectedness. Human beings can only destroy this particular phase of evolution that we find ourselves in, but nature will continue. I'm very interested in Buddhism, and I believe we've all got a different nature to what we think we have. I don't think I know my true self yet. I don't think there's someone that's controlling. I'm not religious in that sense. Yeah, no, spiritual.
Yeah.
I'm very, very focused and very motivated. If I'm given a task, there is a part of me that will just do it, but there's a bigger part of me that will also be looking out of the window and getting caught up in other thoughts and ideas and changing my ideas about it as I'm doing it and coming back to it and abandoning it because it doesn't seem relevant anymore, and then changing my mind and going, oh yeah, it is relevant if I do it like this. I've got a huge amount of internal energy to get things done. So a friend of mine who's Ayurvedic said that I'm governed by fire. So I think the general characteristic is like energy to do stuff, but it won't be in a necessarily ordered, methodical way. like listening to lots and lots of different music. I really like knowing about people that experiment with stuff, even if I don't really understand why and what it means with like the musical form or different concepts or instruments or going across boundaries and disciplines and stuff. I really like talking to people, I like conversations. I really like hanging out with people. Oh, I like doing like recreational stuff like yoga and meditating, exploring. I like getting lost, getting challenged by stuff. I do really enjoy going to things that I know I'm going to find quite difficult for whatever reason. Oh yeah, and like I do like, you know, I can watch a whole series in a day sometimes as well. Yeah. Medical dramas.
Okay.
Also French crime dramas. I don't know, I think there are really important people in my life that inspired me a lot. Yeah, sentimentally, like my nan. She stands out for me because I knew her best in her last 5 years of life when she was 88 to 93. And what always stayed with me is she was an extremely active learner and thinker, and her take on the world was just on point in those last 5 years, and I think her state of mind is something that I want to keep with me. She just has such a good sense of humour. I've got no idea. Maybe questioning in some form is just sort of happens. Certainly getting easier and easier to take less at face value things. Oh, I love chocolates. And then like, I do really enjoy eating healthily, and I like that feeling in your body. But if you're going to ask me what my favourite food is, I'd say chocolate. Okay, part of me is like I'd love to have been a hunter-gatherer. I'd love to have grown up like that. And also the artist in me would have loved to have like lived in Paris at that, you know, studio time. Have fallen in love with an artist then, like lived in their studio or whatever. And I also would have loved to have done the same in New York when like performance was being explored. But these are all contingent on the fact that either I'm a performer or an artist, or I have connections so I can get involved in those things.
Okay.
I do find it challenging to like wholeheartedly back myself. You know, like if I was in a discussion with somebody, I would tend towards making it an easy discussion.
Yes.
And then perhaps afterwards I might think, oh, I had a lot to say there and didn't say it. But it's like this kind of desire to just kind of like almost just blend back into whatever's around you. I'm very fickle because I tend to say the last thing that I've read because I get so affected as I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. The book I've just read by Rose Tremaine over Christmas called The Road Home, a very holistic account of being a human, I felt. Like the main character had definite flaws and you really learn about them. It made the question of whether he was likeable or not irrelevant. I think I'm a very open person and I think I'm very committed to my learning and I'm very committed to learning about other people and processes. So yeah, I think I can be proud of that. I do feel that's something I'm very committed to and I live up to. Ooh. Surprises and growth and learning and experiences that right now at this moment I either don't think I'm capable of or I don't think are possible or I just don't think are in my path. I think this is such a nice project and I'm really grateful to just like have had somebody listen attentively. Some really interesting questions. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. It's really good of you to ask, like, to be so interested in all this about your friends.
I'm not really that interested. No, I am.